So this morning we have a couple of students from Uni SA in their podiatry course. Josh, introduce yourself. Where are you up to in the course?
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm a fourth year podiatry student, final year.
Yes.
And it's going along swimmingly.
Beautiful. Great. And Carol?
Yes, I'm Caroline. I'm also in my final year in podiatry and going well. Looking forward to finishing.
Good.
Getting out there.
Yes. Tell me, why are you here? Why are you coming here today?
Decided to learn a bit more about the lovely Ted Jetnak and his beautiful clinic here and foot mobilisation techniques.
Okay, great. And Caroline?
Just to explore other options there are to treating patients and have their ability to realign their own foot instead of just, sticking something else under the foot.
Yes, good. And now that you have been here over 2 hours, have you noticed anything different what we do here compared to other podiatry clinics?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So before we get stuck into that, one of the things we've talked about this morning is about the importance of everything works best when it's in the right place. And from a musculoskeletal perspective, the foot and leg structure is exposed to significant forces through gravity, through sporting endeavours, through work, through footwear that people wear. And what this can do is force joints to shift or move from their optimum position. So mobilisation is about freeing up the restrictions to get the joints back into the right position. An important adjunct to getting good clinical results is recruiting the muscles to contribute to the improvement in alignment. Now, there are 3 phases to muscle rehabilitation. The first phase is about stretching out fatigued or damaged or stressed tissues. So you will have noticed a number of the clients who are first starting with us, what's the first exercise they often get?
Tennis ball and
Self-massage.
Yes, so it's a self-massaging routine. Have you seen anyone yet get calf stretching exercises?
There was a lady for a consultation.
Yes.
She had them originally.
Yep, okay.
Before.
So we'll do the tennis ball is a great way to get into the intrinsic muscles of the foot. Calf stretching for the extrinsic muscles in the calves that run into the toes. And then we'll also, for sometimes the supinated foot pattern where there's restriction in the ankle, we'll get the skiing exercise. I'm not sure if you've seen that one or maybe heard Ben referring to it.
Yeah.
So that's about freeing up the restrictions, stretching out those stressed tissues. What's the next phase? What happens after you've stretched out the tissues?
Strengthen the muscle.
Strengthening. So with Sandy, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're ready for the strengthening phase. And once we get the tissues sort of released, and that typically will take 7 to 10 days-ish to get some of those tissues released, then we can incorporate the strengthening.
Yeah.
So typically the heel raise, the toe scrunch, they're simple exercises targeting the intrinsic muscles of the foot, the toe scrunch, and the extrinsic muscles of the foot through the heel raise. Real simple exercises, people can do them at home, they can do them while cleaning their teeth or in the shower, so it's not an onerous task. That's it. And that's an important thing for compliance, so that they're easy to incorporate to their daily routine. Okay, then what's the third phase?
proprioception.
Yeah, well done, Caroline. That was striking. Well done. Proprioception exercises we use to then coordinate the muscles to stabilise the joints. So, I have 3 S's. Stretch is the first phase, then strengthen, then stabilise is the third phase. But typically we won't incorporate the stabilising exercises until about the 4th to 6th week because there's so much change going on there. Going in a steady progression helps the body adapt in a more cohesive, coordinated manner. And this is another one of the reasons why this is not a quick fix-it. This is about retraining, reprogramming the proprioception, giving the tissues that we're working on the chance to adapt and turn over. Muscle tissue turns over at a much quicker rate than the ligamentous, collagenous connective tissues. So muscle tissue typically turns over about every 14 to 16 days, is a rough idea. So this is why if you get a bruise or a knock to the muscle, typically a couple of weeks before it to fully resolve is the time frame. Excellent. Any other questions at this stage in relation to what you've seen or regarding muscle retraining, re-strengthening, rehabilitating?
No, I thought it was very impressive with the medial. That lady had medial laxity.
Yes.
And then you discovered it when initially I might have been like, oh, there could be some issues with the medial collateral ligament of the knee.
Yes.
So it wasn't actually that, it was
Yeah.
a slight subluxation of the condyle.
Exactly. And that's, if that's left uncorrected or unchecked, that can lead to ligamentous laxity because the knee is not able to work in a strong, coherent, cohesive manner.
That's
it is.
very impressive. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? And it's, often the idea that a joint's out and we put it back in, it's not exactly what happens. It's when you hear people go to the chiropractor, oh, my back was out and they put it back in. That only happens with a luxation or dislocation. When you put things, that's a very different scenario. But if you get the condyles of the tibia displacing relative to the femur, it causes instability. The advantage of the long levers of the leg means you can see it very clearly, you can reset it, and then test again. It is one of the techniques where there is a very clear pre and post test that works well. With the small joints within the foot, we don't have that opportunity particularly. So, I'm glad that you got to see that because it is, it's that, and that is actually an osteopathic technique. I learned that from actually a chiropractor who poached it from an osteopath. and this is, there are thousands of different techniques and ways of being able to help bodies. We here specialise in the mobilisation method because it gives the body the chance to help the body help itself. So, we're not doing the healing, we're removing the interference and the body can actually get on with healing and repairing. And you've seen this morning, one person after the next, it's like, my body works better now. And that's, there's no injections, there's no ultrasound, it's just helping the body help itself. And it really is it's a very fulfilling way to be able to help people. Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Now, I know you're welcome, and now wait till you see what we've got coming next. But you can't.